It is JDX Rex here for the 2025 Winter Tournament Swiss Week 3 in the 1-1 division. Just want to say happy Saturday night or early Sunday morning for those of you on the East Coast, or it could be Sunday afternoon, or it could be Saturday after evening. Who knows, future past or present people. Just want to say welcome in, and I'm joining the booth today by PD, Pat, Caffey PD. Caffey, meow, are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm also doing good. I'm ready to get into this race here. We got EatMySteel on the left here versus Merks on the right. Looks like we got a pizza rolls rule for Merks's code here, and Steel with the classic Merks versus Steel. Looks like we got a couple different sprite sets here, so I'm excited to see how this thing gets going.
Yeah, both of these guys, very experienced Zelda players, very talented. The one-on-one bracket, and we'll see how the night will swing as we get started in the Dead Woods. Terrible start screen, if I may say so.
Yeah, if you don't start with the flute, there's really no reason to start on that start screen at all.
And Ria, lovely.
Yeah, you love seeing that amount of bomb droppers one screen away from the start screen and then hitting the 150 big large secret right off the top. I would up A and save that.
Yeah, that's the jackpot secret. There's nothing these guys can't afford in this seed for certain.
Yeah, unless the very next cave has another one of those, and then the one after that also has one, you should not run out of money in this seed. All right, so we got our classic time sync up here. So we should be unpausing steel currently, and now we're all synced up. So let's get ready to rumble.
Got an up A from Steel and a save from Merck, so he's locked into that 150.
Yeah, it is an interesting strategy there. Sometimes maybe you don't want to be locked into that. Sometimes you do. It's such a weird start screen. It's such a weird start rupee amount that it's just I don't know what I would do in that situation either.
We do find level 5 at the Deadwood's Potion Shop, an immediate Goma possible stare. Awesome.
Yeah, nice concrete palette color here. We do get a little bomb pack though, so it's always nice to start out with bombs, but not quite as nice as Steel finding the wood sword up in the grave.
Yeah, the immediate divergence paying off in two different ways. Steel with the sword, which I would prefer, or most runners would prefer, and bombs for Merks, free on the floor in this 5.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you could dig out of here, but it looks like Mercs is going to dip out. We'll see. He's probably going to check the Armos here too, so maybe a wand could even this thing up easily.
Yeah, certainly. Gotta live with these blue Darknuts guarding the Steel is kind of in the gauntlet too with Gorias and Darknuts. Gets through it.
Yeah, not quite the friendliest overworld here with some beefy dudes walking around and then some guys throwing bananas at you. But Smirks finds a uncured concrete pallet level 7 here.
Steel got the Armos item. It is Lord Banana.
Yeah, definitely an up A save from here.
Merk's gone with the Rick 6 type of approach with these levels, going as probably as far as he can until he gets stopped completely. Not much else you can do otherwise.
Yeah, and I think everyone here is probably pretty familiar with what the flag sets are. I think you want to see some rooms if you're going to see some early dungeons. You might as well get a little bit of that information. It's so early right now. We're 3 minutes in. The wood sword's going to be in an open cave, so you might as well check and see if stumble upon a wand or get a red ring sitting on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, it can certainly happen for certain. Steel's got the compass out of this 5 already.
Yeah, advantage of picking up that wood sword before getting in here. This is probably going to speed up his ability to get through this 5, but he's probably going to dig it out and see if he can get the item first.
And with the route Merks is taking, he's going to loop around a lot of these open caves before getting back to that grave, so it might be quite a while before he gets that sword, unless he takes a fortunate death, as I like to call it. Maybe he'll go
Yeah,
through.
I think it's definitely a fortunate death to kind of get you back over to the west side of the map and up to the grave. It's like the one time that deaths actually are helpful towards you.
Certainly. Got a possible stair here for Steel. Let's see what we can get. As we got a 10 small secret, we take those.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be the halfway point of a small secret. So yeah, like we said, money. I've been saying this the whole time since we've been playing this. Money in these seeds is very easy to come by. I think I've only ever really played 2 bad money seeds. I think one of them is because I'd sprayed the arrows into my unfavorable position.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Steel wants to find the item. Won't be in this room. The Gliok room does not drop at level 5. But clearing for the better, I imagine.
Yeah, you know, a boomerang actually really helps you in a dungeon like this early with 3 hearts. Lionels, they're a pain in the butt and they are tanky. They hurt, but for some odd reason, the boomerang kind of lets them chill out a little bit.
Of certain, and with bubbles and this, there's so much negative space with these blocks in the Gliok room. It's tough to maneuver, so Boomerang will give him uh, that freedom uh, to lock him in place until he's ready to swing that sword.
And Merks has found our 3rd dungeon without a sword. Looks like we got some whiz ropes in here. So he does have the bombs. He is going to try to progress in this one. Finds a nice map there. I feel like I've seen that shape before.
Yeah, it looks pretty dang vanilla as we find the heart container in the stair at 5. Just going all in on this swordless play.
Yeah, you know, I played a season one time where I bombed 3 keys and got a wand immediately. Mercs unfortunately gets the inferior boomerang, but to him right now, some kind of offense is what he needs.
If they that'll get him to the overworld a little bit safer, aside from the dark nuts. So you got boomerangs on both sides, just Sparks lacking that sword. Looks like Steel is going to beeline for the Triforce here. I'm not sure if he went any further north into this dungeon for the floor item, but I think he's just grabbing this and bailing.
Yeah, it looks like there's maybe a key door that he doesn't want to spend his only key on while Mercs used some of that extra rupee he has in his coin purse and picking up the blue candle.
Nice price too at 45.
Yeah, I mean, it's you see you get small price like that with all that money. You just know that you want to see bow and arrows early so you can get some use out of all that extra cash laying around.
Most certainly. Get our first take any at the very northeast 100 secret cave.
Yep, one step closer to picking up the white sword item if and when we see it. Hopefully, it's something good. I mean, it's got to be something good, right? We've seen 2 boomerangs in the already, so we've got to be able to get something good out of the white sword cave.
Yeah, certainly got to be some offense, if not overall progression, as we've gotten the rings out of the way. As Merks is just continuing finding money. We've got a 33 mid. Money is so good this seed.
Yeah, they say it doesn't rain too much in Hyrule, but it's raining rupees right now because 33, 10, and 150, I would kill for a seed like that.
Which is great. The benefit, though, that since Merks doesn't have a sword, since he does have the candle and a little bit of bombs, he can do some overworld clearance. So the trek around to get the sword won't be in vain too much.
Yeah, I mean the one downside to that is it pushes you away from just getting to the open caves because there's so much else that you can check, but you know, it depends on what you find and where these any roads kind of get you. I mean, the any roads got him pretty close over there, and he finds a hint shop. But we will definitely need the book to be able to understand what the old man is saying for these flags.
I can imagine the stain on Merks' face right now as he finds the wooden boomerang under the armos.
Yeah, so he's working his way over towards that wood sword cave. So he's going to be at like 10 minutes. You don't feel too bad picking up a 10-minute wood sword. Anything more than that, then you start kind of wondering, wow, did my opponent get this at 2 minutes, or have they made their way over here? It's kind of the one good thing, or not good thing. It's one of the fun things about Z1R Randomizer is these guys went completely different ways, and you could do these seeds a bunch of different routes, and it just makes for a good experience for us viewers.
Yeah, and those concerns would be really valid in Merks' case because they spawned in the Deadwoods. And, could easily route into the grave right from start. So, but you're right. 10 minutes wood sword is not terrible. I'll be happy to have it.
Especially with his knowledge that I mean, he's got 3 dungeons he can go back to right now. So at this point, it's time to start making the decision. Which one of these am I going to go back and see?
He knows Wiz robes are in 5. See, he may leave that alone for a bit. He does have 7. He got the item out of 2, so he won't go back there for quite a while until he needs a Triforce. Good
Nice cheap
job.
key. Like this, the prices in this seat are fantastic, along with the amount of money. I'm digging it.
Yeah, great economy in this all rose. We find 4 on steel side on vanilla 1.
Yeah, this is the immediate jump in. I love level fours. They're on the smaller, medium-ish side. Um, they usually hold something pretty decent, but that's just runner speculation. But this is already kind of a tough enemy set.
Land mola, bunnies, no bow. Nice block clip here. Gonna take some patience, but can get this safely down, and this does drop in 4.
Yeah, that is the thing that we're going to see with these two runners. As you said, they are both experienced kind of in different ways. Steele joined us in January 2019. He has almost 1,200 races under his belt, where Merks joined us in May of 2023, and he is just shy of 300 races. But he also joined us from Vanilla Zelda, so he does have a lot of combat experience.
Certainly. Compass for steel. I've got the Triforce sighting in 4 on steel side, but he's electing to go a little bit deeper to fish out this item. Gotta get through Paul's voice to do it.
Yeah, Pole's voice in an open room like this aren't that tough, especially with no bubbles and no stone statues shooting at you. So I would definitely, go with this strat as well. Mercs pops back into 5, despite the knowledge of what lies in here.
Yeah, this is where the vanilla experience can really pay off. It's got a lot of good combat experience with the tough enemies.
Yeah, gets a nice clock there as well. So this is really working out for him in the short run.
This room won't work out too well. Oh, he was really close.
Yeah, that was actually really good. He just kind of had that one that turned the wrong way at the end, but I thought he was gonna pull it out there for a second.
Still continuing on in this four. No map. Probably under this pointless bunny room. So he's gonna have to spend at least another key, if not just grab this Triforce and get out of here.
Yeah, he's picked up 3 keys on this journey, so I think he's definitely going to spin this one and see a little bit more. Probably not any more past this 1 key though. Oh, and then the land will split. Not what you want to see, but I guess it's not that bad that you only have really the one that you have to worry about on your side of the moat.
And the ladder block is also very troubling. No map. Nice compass past the Triforce.
A classic. All right, got a key refund, so that's good. But I think he's ladder blocked at this point unless this wall bombs to the right.
Oh, that is a map. Steel side. That's a thick 5.
That's definitely a 3C thick 5 right there.
Do get the sighting of the bait block, though it's not blocking anything. So this could be the floor item here for Merks. We know it's a floor item. I don't think he does yet. I don't think he got the heart yet. It was a key.
Ooh, Mercs with the ladder block, but his bomb hole does open, and it does open up some more space into here, so he might be able to finish this 5 out in this second dip.
And he's pulling out quite the key count too. Another tough room with not only BMOs but bubbles. Wall Masters and Lionels. This is a tough room, but he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean this is just really showing off his combat skills right now from running vanilla, and like I said, he's been running a ton of rando seeds too, so it's definitely paying off for him.
Sure, and Steel heading back up through the grave. I don't think he's been up here yet. It's the hint shop.
Yeah, and this is kind of a part of finding that wood sword early is that Steel hasn't seen a candle shop. He hasn't been to that side of the map yet. He's been kind of concentrated over here on the west side. So we'll see what he finds, because he's gonna have to go towards a vanilla start here because he's going to be running out of checks.
Yeah, and Merk's taking a death up on the north side to some Wizrobes. This 5. There is, however, a room below the Triforce room that Steel did not know about because he does not have the map. Merks does know because he does. So that could... Oh, well, there's the raft. Blocked by 3 key doors. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to pick out after you've spent 3 keys, but you never know. It's got like a 2% chance to hold something good in these flags from the data we've pulled, but we've seen it hide 9 recently. We've seen it hide white sword items, so it could factor into this, but most likely not.
Yep. We do get a Triforce sighting in 7 for Steel in the Transport Diamond Stair room. He's opting to go a little bit deeper. See if he can get some pretty early in this 7. And as expected, Merk's heading directly for that Triforce. More bunnies in 7.
Yeah, this is a tough room with that one pesky bubble, tracking you around, and some big boppers and some jumpers. This is not an easy room.
Yeah, the boomerang. This is where the boomerang really shines with its utility. A lot of the runners don't like to pick up the boomerang, myself included, but early on in a seed, it's most definitely a great item to have to keep you alive in these tough dungeons.
All right, so Merks has decided it's time to get out of 5. Got his raft. Going to do the immediate raft check. Definitely a strategy that some people have implemented. You get something that blocks early, go check them. Could be an early advantage, but not so on this raft tile today.
Pretty unfortunate, but we still got one more left. Still a chance for Mercs to gain some kind of advantage over Steel. There's the red candle white sword item under a candle spot. Not
I
good
was
if
gonna
we're
say Steele's gonna be happy to see that, but then he's gonna need to buy the blue candle to see it. So that's a tough one to get rolled into your seed. I mean, that's pretty useless boomerang followed by a pretty useless red candle.
yeah. Well, Mercs would definitely like to have picked it up. It's a definitely good repeatable combat ranged item to have. Can do 2 damage with that candle if you fire both bursts at the same time. So we'll find our bomb shop. 228.
Yeah, 28's not bad with the amount of money that you've got in your pocket, but you'd like to see it at least a little bit lower. Blue ring was that 250? Yeah, it's that's gonna be something that's in the back of your mind with this enemy set. Do I go look into a blue ring purchase?
Yeah, the money we got. Wizard of Lionel combination's kind of rough. The other enemy set is Gibdo, but also has Pole's voice. So it's still kind of sloggy. There's the arrow shop. Oh, cheap arrows too. Wow.
Yeah, who rolled this thing? This is a a money conscious seed tonight.
Still getting into 2 at the desert open cave. Will likely find the magical boomerang. Probably will pull out the Triforce, barring any kind of blocks or combat.
That was a pretty small door repair. I couldn't count it, but it couldn't have been more than 14, 15.
Yeah, that's minimum door repair, maximum, basically. Money secrets. There's bags. That is a terrible room. Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't wish that room on my worst enemy.
And Triforce is all the way at the top, the very last room of this too. Steel's gonna go again.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the bomb hole open. You got 3 hearts. You're probably going to pick another one up on the way there. He doesn't have the candle to candle boost, but he can probably walk his way up there. But he's got to know that more whiz ropes are going to be in the next room or the one after that. So this 2's not turning out to be that easy of a dungeon either.
Just making his way over to the eastern forest. Man. So many Wizrobes, yeah.
Yeah, I think Steel's going to be out. I don't think he's going to try that room again. He tried it from the right side, tried it from underneath, and it's just not enough hearts right now.
And Merks just found his second large secret at like 200 plus rupees.
Yeah, I think he's on his way to the blue ring shop right now.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. There it is. He does have arrows. He does have a candle. The bomb upgrades and secrets are left to be desired, but it's not game breaking. He's got his utility that he absolutely will need for progression.
Yeah, I mean, the blue ring at this point is only going to speed you up. He would be able to tank through that level 2 and get up to that Triforce, where Steel at this point not going to until he can get 3, 4 more hearts. So definitely a good purchase in a seed like this.
For certain. Get a nice bomb drop for Steel. Can't do any of this for us, so he's going to make his way down to the coast, it looks like.
Yeah, and as long as he doesn't die, he should wrap back around up to the northeast corner. So he'll see a candle shop at some point and get back into this thing. It'd be interesting to see where he goes from there.
Yeah, the candle shop that Steel spilling over some money as well. The candle shop is the Lost Hills Armos, so it's quite a bit of it. I think Steel's going to get a blue ring right now.
Yeah, I think he is too. I mean, I don't think there's any reason not to.
Yeah,
You don't want to waste any more money. Might as well spend it. This is, uh, well, was there? Yeah, there's another blue ring shop over here, wasn't there?
yeah, there was multiple for sure, and the immediate double back, not going any further along the coast, leads me to believe he knows exactly where this ring shop is.
Yeah, probably gonna push him back into two at that point then, because he knows he can get through two. He just needs some more hearts, which the blue ring definitely gives you that.
Yep, double in fact. Let's see what Merks can do in this 4 that Steel couldn't, although I'm thinking we're ladder blocked from progression for the item here.
Yeah, I think we have those two rooms, and then that one bomb wall that didn't go. So I think we're definitely ladder blocked, which he's not going to be too happy to see. Still back into 5 instead.
Yeah, looking for that floor item. We know it is a key door somewhere in the center. No, maybe not the center. Maybe it's, I think it's just straight up from this entrance.
Yeah, I think it's just straight up the entrance.
Yeah, directly up, I think.
Well, Merck's found the blue landmolar room and didn't get to the block clip spot, so he's going to clear this room instead. So maybe we might see the map of this 4.
Yeah, this is likely the map room. If it's not beyond the ladder block. You know, lately the maps have been behind some blind bomb holes quite often, so you never know.
Speaking of a map, Steele picks up his map for level 5, so he knows what's left ahead of him. He's got his 4 keys, so I think he's going to clear this thing out. Not going to be happy to see the raft, but at this point, you don't have to come back here.
Taking a death in the pointless moat room with the bunnies. Yeah, Steel going completely around the room with the raft, and I can't say about him. There's 3 key door locked. You may do it now with 5 keys, but in all likelihood, he's just gonna traverse everything else. Well, it's his last option.
Hey, even with the blue ring, combat's been pretty tough. If I were Steel, I might stick around and try to pull some heart containers out of some of these dungeons too.
He did pull the one out of this 5 already. Get an extra one here. Yeah, still, blue ring, it's nice. It does double your defense, but with these 2 heart enemy hitters, it doesn't make much of a difference, really.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't make you invincible and doesn't quite get to the red ring, but it's definitely helpful. But yeah, I think when he gets back into 2, he's going to see every room of 2, trying to pull everything out of it.
More importantly, he priced himself out of a candle, and I think the last large secret was under a burn bush. And we know he's not going to get the red one because it's under a burn bush.
Yeah, just has to find one medium though, and he'll be back in the game. As Merks is completely drained of all of his money, so we went from having all of the money to having practically none.
A main game we will never use, probably. Steel clearing this room, but this won't drop in 5. This is the transport. There's the bomb upgrade, so he probably won't be able to get now.
Gotta love the bomb upgrade in the very last room. All right, so Merck's taking his 6 bombs up the Death Mountain. Let's see if there's some levels up here we can get some progression through.
Steel is going to spend this key finally, and he will get his raft.
Ahoy, matey. It's time to sail the seas.
We know Vanilla 4 is no good. We still got the Coast raft outstanding, I think. I don't think Merks has checked it yet. Here's
Yep. So if I was Merks, I might go check that red candle again if I work my way back over to that side of the forest.
Yeah. Another blue ring shop. Oh, wow.
Hi, here's 255 rupees to buy your blue ring, and I'm going to put a blue ring shop on every corner of Hyrule.
Yeah. Bomb still cannot afford, as we find 8 on the coast.
Is that 8, Mike? Because my retinas are like completely seared off at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this palette's pretty bright. That's a nice item.
Ooh, yes, there we go.
That's what you want to see. Okay, forget the red candle.
Yep, red candle is probably not getting picked up at this point. And just picking up keys on his way through 8 too. 7 keys. Oh, doesn't have any money to get, and it's a four corners old man mugger. Like that's tough to see.
Yeah. Looks like he's got some other directions to go, so this is fine. But more Wizrobes.
Yeah, and blue Lionels. This is going to be a fun dungeon too. So, Caffey, with that in mind, blue ring in tow, you have the wand. At what point do you dip out of this 8 at this point, being 30 minutes in and only having 1 Triforce?
Probably pretty fast, right? Especially if you can't get a map like relatively early. You kind of want to find 9. You have a lot of overworld to do. Maybe you run into 1 and 3 along the way. You already gotten 1 item out of here as well. I'm thinking maybe this isn't where you want to be right now. Maybe you want to get some more information on the overworld, find out what your try requirement is. Hopefully run into some desirable dungeons to dig along the way.
Yeah, Steel finds what seems to be the same 8, but much easier on my retinas. So hopefully he'll get the wand out, even this combat up again, and we'll keep this thing pretty close as we have the quest to find out where 9 is. Because, yeah, 9's going to be huge right now. Do I have to come back to this 8? Was the wand enough? Do I need to even, go back to 7 if you're in Merks' shoes? You definitely want to start seeing 1, 2, and 3 pop up.
Yeah, for certain. So we get the final raft check. It is garbage.
Oh, surprise, surprise, it's a blue ring shop. Yeah, how many levels are there in Zelda 1? There's 9. How many blue ring shops are there? There's 32.
Yeah. Make sure you get a blue ring. I have to imagine Steel is only going to go as far as Merks did. Again, without a map.
And without the money to pay the mugger.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be the room, right? If he fights this blue Wizrobe room, he can go north and maybe get around. And that could be a big changer in here, but we're going to have to see if he can get through this room.
Take it very patient, keep his distance, use the beams, bombs if needed. Ouch.
Ooh, gets a good fairy, though. So I think we're going to see some more of this 8 on Steel's side. Hey, speaking of small dungeons we want to be in, Merks has found 3 in this nice forest green color palette.
A little bit more tame on the eyes, as it's similarly shaped to level 2.
Oh, Steel, unfortunately, started getting the juke from those Wizrobes. I think he's out.
Yeah, I would be too. No, he's come back in. Merks is leaving 3. What kicked him out?
Oh, it's definitely not his key count because he's up to 8 keys. So, yeah, maybe he's doing a pirouette?
Yeah, he definitely has a bomb wall and he can access to the left, but I think he just wanted to double back for that bush. I think he missed that in the forest in the first go round.
That gets the pirouette hole as well. So yeah, good use of his time. Get that one check because you got to go left to pirouette anyways. Um, did did he pick up a? Was that a heart container in 3 on the floor, or did I just see
It,
something?
it was a blue rupee. Steel dying again to that same wizard room. Let's see if he's had enough. And yes.
At this point, I bet I'm gonna have words with the seed roller, probably running through both of their heads right now with how tough this combat has been.
I don't know who would put this on these runners. I mean, shame on them for doing that.
Yeah, shame on them for pressing the button on the bot to get this thing to spit something like this out.
Okay, we got a compass. And fire's going down to a one shot. That's really nice.
Oh yeah, we love that. That's like the first like positive thing you've seen in this scene,
So
combat
far,
wise.
yeah, exactly. We have evened up on the heart count. Steel getting his 5th.
Oh, there's old friend Dodongo showing his face. You love to see that too. That kind of relaxes your combat mind as well.
Especially in this room. Nails it perfectly. But Merks, this could be the stair. Doesn't check it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean that room's it'll be there when you come back down. He's probably gonna have to come back down. That Triforce right above it though is kind of a crappy roll.
Oh, there's the key. Doesn't matter.
Yep, and it's time to get out of this 3. Probably, I mean, was he got the Indy? I might have checked that room for a heart container.
Yeah. He's been pretty dang tough so far. But does get the Triforce and the key, so he's out. Gonna continue on. Map for Steel. Gonna follow the footsteps of Merks.
Yeah, 36 minutes in, you're starting to feel the pressure of Steel's footprints behind you, only having, 2 Triforces, not knowing that he's not faring that much better than you with only the extra Triforce lead, but Steel's going to pop that wall to the left as well, and he should make quick work of this 3 with that wand in hand.
You see these runners pick up every single piece of money they can get their hands on now. Steel does have the last large secret in hand. There's 6. So 1 and 9 are the last dungeons outstanding. Merk's gonna dive this. I would consider not doing this right now.
Yeah, I mean 6s are always super beef. They're usually pretty big. They rarely give you anything you need, except the times that they give you exactly what you need. With the any key in tow and 7 bombs, it might be worth looking around. But I would really want to be seeing 9 right about now, or the knowledge that 9 is blocked somehow.
Yeah. The enemy set so far has been pretty soft, and maybe this is good a dig for Merks at this time. We'll see how it goes. There's a compass. That's really good.
Yeah, this is kind of a confidence booster. Enemy said, I probably no, not anymore. I did it. Sorry, Merks.
It's a little bit easier with this wand now, as opposed to the 4 and the map room he didn't unfortunately clear. But I would have just popped the key door and just cleared that room, but it could have dropped.
Yeah, speaking of this 3 again, this might be the heart container for Steel in the staircase.
It is. So, heart advantage for Steel, though it doesn't mean much really with the blue ring. There's the power bracelet. Whoa.
Okay, now we're cooking, because as we were talking earlier, this 9 might be blocked. Power bracelet's going to open up quite a few spots for you.
Yeah, that's kind of a big pull for Merks there. Especially he's next to a power bracelet spot. He'll be doing power bracelet spots in Death Mountain. Yeah, if Steel decides to skip the 6, this could be an advantage of Mercs.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that we had such a divergence earlier on in the seed, but now Steele's kind of retracing Mercks's path. So, this is probably logical. He's going to see 6 in the next minute or so. And it will, I mean, with the wand in tow, it might sway him towards working on this 6, but you never know. You just never know.
Yep. We get the heart container in the Triforce room.
Steele $5 short on the blue candle purchase, so he's gonna go try to find some enemies to farm a fiver off of. He needs a Ron Gant right here to get him where he needs to be.
Luckily for Steel, though, I don't think the candle's required because every level we found has not been under candle. Mercs has the candle, and he's done most of the candle spots.
Yeah, I guess really Death Mountain's all we have left. I'm not tracking or nothing. It's just way too much, but it might not be required.
Power Bracelet, though, is 100% required for level 1. Right below 6.
Oh, and you like seeing the Vires too.
Oh, yeah. This is really nice for Mercs. There's the immediate Triforce. Gotta continue on a little bit to get these 2 items. Hopefully find a bow.
Oh, a map in this room. Oh, a ladder instead. You'll take that.
So that puts the blue ring to shame. The red ring on the coast.
But I still think that blue ring's a good pickup there.
Yeah.
It got you through, the 6 and the 5, and it got you into the 1. So it definitely worth the money with how much money was given out in the seed.
Let's see what else we can pull out of this 1.
Steele having a hard time getting his fiver, but finally gets it. So he's gonna get this candle, and this is probably just going to put him a little bit further behind because he's going to check all that stuff that Merks has already seen.
As long as he continues his route, he should be fine. However, if he decides to go forest, he's in trouble. And I think he's going forest. Oh, he's going this way. Oh, he's got bomb spots.
Yeah, he's got bomb spots left over here. Another nice compass way past the Triforce in this one as we finally see the map to it. Looks like a dude with a man bun sitting on the ground eating a picnic.
It's very specific, but accurate.
Yeah, you got to be specific nowadays because being too bland isn't cutting it anymore. We stepped our game up as runners. We stepped our game up as commentators. We stepped our game up as chat. We gotta be putting the work in now.
Steel. Looks like he's going to continue this route. Would find 6. Now he needs to dig this. I think. I mean, ladder hasn't proven to be required yet, but much rather have it than not.
Yeah, and we don't. There's something else in this one too. So we could see silvers. We could see the bow. I mean, there's other things in here that we might need. Might see the recorder that's holding level 9. Yeah, Steel's into 6. This is good. Good play. Keep it close.
There's the heart container for Merks. Alright, last room. Oh, he needs a stair. What room did he not clear?
Maybe the arm? The last one in the arm? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, looks like he missed a room in this little branch of this level. Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the man bun guy's arm. His hand. They'll be more specific. His hand. You seeing this enemy set in 1, you are just keeping your fingers crossed. You see this one in 9 as well.
Pretty much. And there's the bow. And Merks does have arrows, whereas Steel does not.
I'm kind of surprised Steel didn't buy arrows early on with all that money, but
I think the arrow shop is under. Yeah, the arrow shop is under a candle bush near start.
and that'd be why. Yeah, he's gonna have the money to buy it when he gets there, so it shouldn't put him too far off.
Steel's right on path for the power bracelet here. And now Merks just needs to find 9 to find out what he's up against here. He's also got the red ring on the coast, probably in the back of his mind.
Yeah, you probably see these 2 ladder spots and then start making your way back towards the coast to pick that up. I mean, you can world wrap from the start screen. It's probably an up and continue after that we see these 2 spots.
I think this is the power bracelet room here for Steel. So we will have equal item, and he will find level 1. So this is good.
It looks like Merk's going to clear out East Death Mountain first. I guess he does have the push block, so it's probably good seeing if 9 is up here before you think about going back and grabbing that red ring.
Steel aligning for the Triforce. We'll get a 5th Triforce. So that would complete the minimum requirement for 9, although we don't know yet what the requirement is.
I think we're at a dead heat here, right? Steel's got 1 extra Triforce. Merks has the bow, a little bit more knowledge, but Steel will be there momentarily. It really depends on what Merks does after he sees this cave right here.
Yeah, does he go back into 4? Does he go to 7? I mean, he could just finish 2. He could blitz to 9 and hope for silvers in there pretty easily at this point.
Yeah, a lot of options available. Steel has to get to this 1, which thankfully it is right around the corner. Just probably past the blue ring shop at this check right here. Oh, it is this check right here, sorry.
The blue ring shop was the other push block on the screen.
That's right. Every corner's got a blue ring shop.
So yeah, Steel will definitely get the bow, the ladder, no question. At least I hope he decides to continue on. I really don't see him not getting his bow.
I don't see Steel not,
He's not.
Digging out this 1. It's nice having that Triforce right at the beginning, because once you get the second item, you're gonna up and continue, grab it, get the refill, and be right on your way. So this is really a nice 1.
And just like you called, Merks heading directly for that red ring on the coast. Now, Steel will know about this wall. The map being quite annoying on the north side of this dungeon. It's going to take the same route Merks did.
I know it's late, but I'm hoping for a flute block 9.
Hey, there's plenty of overworld left for that to happen. This is the map. There's the map. But Merks does have the overworld clearance advantage over Steel. So while Steel does have the Triforces, he's got a lot of ground to make up on the overworld clearance.
Yeah, and he did pick up that blue candle, so it is going to give him, an opportunity to go see all those spots and kind of give Merks a little bit more of a buffer. But finding this 9 is going to be the key here.
Yeah, if Steel was so bold, I would continue on to Death Mountain here, given the late candle.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a 5 Triforce seed, this thing could have been over by now. We've seen plenty of sub 50s by multiple runners, so this is where the gamesmanship starts creeping into your head.
Yeah, Merks getting past the lovely wizard room in 2, going to find a heart container.
Steel also finds the heart container out of 1 after clearing that room. He's going to get the bad news that he's going to have to head back to the hands of the Man Bun Man to get his bow.
Yeah, just a product of how the map layout was set, where the map location was. It's just annoying. But every single run would have done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just whoever's dropping a bomb in that room, please, I would like to donate your brain to science later, because that's a big brain move that you're not going to see from too many people.
Merks gets the try out of 2. We are locked up on Triforce count.
And we're locked up on items too, so we're pretty much in a dead heat at this point, except for the overworld exploration that Merks got by not getting the wood sword first, but the candle first. Which is we were like, maybe the wood sword's a better advantage here, but it's turning out not to be.
Well, the advantage kind of dissipated when the blue ring was purchased before the candle. I mean, I understand why it was purchased, but the efficiency and the overworld clearance is what's pulling Merks back into this, despite being the Triforce down, which he may not need anyway. Plus, he's got arrows too to boot to deal with Pole's voice at the remaining dungeons, should he need them.
Yeah, it's arrows are huge in a seed like this, with the Pole's voice creeping around and combat being kind of weird. I mean, I'm probably even using arrows on other things once I find a couple more of these secrets that are been pretty large as well.
Steel's putting up a nice key count now, so we'll be able to afford the arrows if he finds them, which we only found 1 so far, I think. And then Merk's going into 4. This is interesting, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you got the arrows. You can clear this thing pretty quick. You're still looking for silvers. We don't know what's in here. It's right kind of in your path on where you're going anyways. I don't mind this at all.
Yeah, 2 different strategies here. Merk's deciding to do dungeon clearance, while Steel is beelining for this 9, I think. So that's his only dungeon outstanding. But if silvers or something else to help Merks in here, like a recorder, or even a white sword, could help in the long run. And it was okay. So this dungeon was ladder blocked.
That's right, yeah, because there's a double river room to the west of this as well. So yeah, it definitely was. Now that we've seen the map. All right, so the question is, after Steel sees this cave, is he going to continue up Death Mountain, or is he going to up A and start burning stuff back towards start?
Death Mountain is the play. There's the recorder in 4.
So a ladder blocked recorder. We're gonna have to be a little patient to see if this is gonna be our 9 blocker or not, but I kind of hope it is.
It's another advantage for Merks, along with the arrows, and now technically the red ring.
Yeah, so it looks like Steel's probably gonna take an any road back towards the red ring, I think.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Ooh, he's gonna get this other raft check in as well. But we saw it though, didn't we? It was
It was the 50-second blue ring shop in Hyrule.
yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, chat. We counted all.
Yeah, don't worry about what Fred says or what the wiki says. There's 53 blue ring shops in this seed, completely confirmed.
Red ring incoming for Steel. Merks turning in that recorder immediately. I do like this. You pull it out after getting your progression item that blocked it. Hope for 9.
Yeah, I mean you've got 4 or 5 checks right around this little area too. You're gonna get a good density return on investment from here. So I'm definitely going and checking this, but haven't seen any staircases open up.
Yeah, if this recorder turns up blank, we're gonna have to message a certain tournament admin about the efficacy of this item.
Yeah, we might need to get somebody else to run this seed with the knowledge to find out how many Triforces were required, because we might be picking them all up before we even find 9.
As Merks does get arrows out of a second burn bush, so that's good for Steel, and picks up his last large secret right on time.
It's good to see not putting that secret to waste, but we are going to put some flame to waste here because we know there is nothing he wants or needs under any of these burn bushes.
Yeah, the only question I have right now is the Deadwoods. I'm not sure if Merks has done that yet. I want to say he has, but I can't confirm.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was so long ago. I don't know if I feel like he did. I feel like a whistle spot or death mountains are definitely our answer.
And this whistle's not doing anything for Merks, unfortunately.
We do have power bracelet spots left to check too. We got the one in Death Mountain. Steel just got this one by the Fairy Fountain. I mean, we're going to have to see some convergence here somewhere, but Merks is back into Death Mountain, and he's got the means to check everything up here now, so it can't be long before we figure this part of the puzzle out.
Looks like Steel might be routing this into DM. Merks also on DM.
Yeah, this is kind of a crossroads here. Do you go down to Candle Row or do you go up to DM? He's got the candle. It's pushing him towards Candle Row. It's tough to see this when you know this is not the play.
Yeah, he's got an any road up to Death Mountain, so maybe this is what he's thinking the route probably will be for him, which would make sense.
Yeah, and it's not going to be super detrimental to spend all this time doing it. Merks did it earlier. He just has the better combat now. Haven't seen the book. Those hints are still useless.
Yeah, but Merks will definitely find 9. He has every world piece he can get. It's got to be in his Death Mountain now. Or if it's in the Deadwoods on a recorder spot, Merks is way ahead here.
Yeah, to answer a question in chat, Western DM has not been touched at all. I got it, Neon. If you want to do comms with me, hit me up later. Thanks for updating the BR though, Neon. He's gonna make sure that in this seed only there are 53 blue ring shops.
Oh, we were close. So there's another one in West Death Mountain here that we haven't seen yet.
Welcome in, Gruntiatus and crew. We have a Swiss Week 3 Zelda 1 Randomizer Winter Tournament matchup here between EatMySteel and Merks. We're currently on the hunt for 9. We think that we have everything that we need to get in, but we are not quite positive, which is why 9 is really the next key piece of what we need to see in this seed.
One more bomb spot for Merks. If it's not on SDM, it's under recorder in the Deadwoods, I think. And that's Good news for Merks, bad news for Steel.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, 4 is really all Steel has left to go back to. Yeah, he's got everything out of everywhere else.
Okay. And can we get in? Yes. So 6 to 8. We don't know.
Somewhere in that range is where we land. You definitely digging out silvers here. You're not looking for silvers in 7.
All right, and we get the Moblin enemy set 2. So this 9 is going to be rather pleasant. Aside from this Patra.
Yeah, you love to see that. Getting a reward from all the early tough combat. You get something a little bit easier. But we do have the let's solve the puzzle of 9, or are the silvers even in here?
So many questions. We have. Let's see. We have 7 and 8 left outside of 9. 1 item in 8. 1 item in 7.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Possible push block here. From Merks. Merks. You have to find silvers first, dude. Oh no, that's bad. If he's skipping stairs, okay, he went back. Thank you.
Yeah, late night race brain. It happens.
He also found the compass at some point. I missed that, but he found a stair pretty close to her, so I would make my way that way to confirm a path. And a map too. Wow.
Yeah, this 9 is just handing everything. That's an interesting shape for a 9.
Let's store here.
Steel might not. Wait, it was under a bomb spot, right? 9.
Yeah, it's northeast of the screen
Yeah.
Steel's on right now.
So he may not be in as big of trouble as we think he might be. If the entry, he's got the same amount Merks has, so he'll be right behind him into 9.
Yeah. Yeah, the only advantage Merks has now is Dig Dogger blocks within this 9. Yeah, the very last possible spot Merks checked, other than recorder spots in the Deadwoods, showed up for 9, so that's good news for Steel. So we got a really close race here. Although Merks has had, 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4?
Yeah, probably definitely at least 2, probably no more than 4. A nice range, 2 to 4. Thanks to our tracker Special K with the 5 or 6 Triforces to enter level 9. I love that. Absolutely love that. Without our trackers, we would have no idea what's going on. I couldn't even remember where the bomb hole to 9 was. So it's nice to be able to take a quick glance and see where we're at item wise.
Alright, Steel really needs to make sure he has a bomb for this upcoming screen, and he's gonna save it for the guaranteed one. Hold on. It's a better move.
Yeah, thankfully some good bomb droppers on this. Well, I guess one good bomb dropper. No, there's 2 in there.
Alright, here we go. Both in 9. Merck's got quite a bit of a lead in this 9. Has not found a single item, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he's picked out anything. Finds another staircase, though. Steel uses his last bomb in that room, so be interested to see if he picks up the compass and the Triforce kind of on the same path to kind of get an even footing here into this 9.
Yeah, and Steel is completely bomb blocked, so we'll need a bomb to progress. This is unfortunate because there's bomb droppers everywhere in this 9.
Yeah, thankfully this room is right here at the start. It needs to get a global to drop. Doesn't happen, but you just come right back until you get it.
Yeah, as a runner, I've been in steel shoes, and this is a terrible feeling. Okay, gets
Whew,
the
all right. Yeah, second time that's pretty good. Sometimes you see them not give up bombs 4 or 5 times, which can be really frustrating.
all right. Put it in chat. He's seen, I think, every stair, every transport stair without an item. Oh, so there's the compass. It was 3 rooms in. Cool.
Yeah, just giving them free compasses. So nice.
Stair one at steel decides to skip the stairs, and there's the silvers. Hello.
Hello. All right, so we got the lady. We know where she's at. We just need to find Mr. Gannon here, and then find that path. Looks like he probably has a path based off that map check.
Yeah, I'm not sure he has the. Not sure he has Ganon's location yet. He did a map check, like he needs to figure out where to get ears on.
Yeah, I just pumped up the volume on the restream here, and I didn't hear one. I don't think anybody said anything in chat, so I think we're definitely looking for the same thing. Steel's in the same location, so he has made up the time in 9.
Alright. Defensive ball. Oh man. Behind Zelda, Ganon location would be pretty dirty.
Yeah, having to get a staircase to go over there. Well, with Merks, I don't know if he's got any staircases left.
Uh, okay.
Well, that potentially could be a staircase. It also could be our second item. Um, Merk's not going to clear that one out.
Oh, if he's in the nubbin in the 9 column, isn't he?
Yeah, he very well could be. Which is kind of blocked by this right-handed staircase right here too. Oof, 9's being 9.
Get a bomb block too. Oh, we got a roar.
We've
He's
got
up.
a roar.
Yeah. Be sure to kill all the enemies in the room before bombing. Guarantees the bomb.
All right, so Merc's just a few moments away. Loads up that red potion just in case. With the wood sword, this fight could be a little tough. Definitely don't want to die in this room.
Or get sucked into the bomb hole here. Gotta be a little
Yeah,
careful.
definitely got to be a little careful. Don't want to get pushed through the bomb hole. Got to start your 16 count over again.
Nice stun lock. Bam. Alright, I do believe he's got the path, so this is, barring some kind of catastrophic event, this is Merks' race here.
Yep, it's walking in time. Just a couple more screens, and we will be there. Fortunately, that bomb would not work. Zelda's room cannot open through a bomb hole, but it will open with that shutter. Ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 14 seconds. Put your GGs in chat for Merks.
Very well played.
Yeah, a lot of tough stuff thrown at him. We're going to get Merks to join us here in the booth here for a second, and we'll get to hear what he had to say about that. Speaking of, GG Merks, what'd you think about that seed? We'll let you give us your thoughts.
I liked it, except for the early deaths. Once I found Wand, I was rolling. I was crapping my pants the whole time, though. I talk to Steel every night. I mean, both of you know that. He's a great player. He's been playing forever. I mean, I'm in shock right now, so pretty happy.
Yeah, the early game was really, really awkward. Funny enough, Steel got the sword about 2 minutes into the seed. He routed the grave. You routed the start.
And I don't even know how many triangles it was because I saw 9 so late.
Yeah, it's 5 or 6. We don't know.
Okay.
You found 9 first before Steel did.
Wow. That was what was really making me nervous. I thought I was dead because I was like, if he got a book and like it was 5 or something, I was like, he could murder me on this. But
yeah, that's we were concerned about the dig in 4. But you pulled out the recorder pretty fast.
You know what? That 4, because I mean, you guys were watching, obviously. I went in there early, and it was driving me crazy that I bombed up in that danger noodle room, but I guess I died at the same time, so it didn't go through. And I was like, What? And I was like, it was driving me nuts. And I was like, you know what? I can probably grab a fast try out of 4. And I was like, if I need it, let me just go get it and see if it's like silvers or something. So I kind of just routed that way in before I started like continuing to look for 9. But like I said, I don't know if it was 5 or 6. I think I had 6 at the end, right?
Yeah. And Steel had the same, so we don't know for sure if it was 5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, I might have wasted a little bit of time on that, but I was like, if 4 is small and has silvers, I was like, I'm going to kick myself for digging out a big 9 or something. So I was like, let me go look. And I mean, recorder wasn't too bad in there. And, you know, triangle was only a couple rooms up past that Lamola room. So
yeah, it turned out to be a good item to find. It did pull you away from 9 quite a bit because of the recorder checks that didn't pan out.
There he is, GG Steel.
Yeah, GG's.
No, GG.
So the difference in this seed, I think it turned out to be the candle, ironically. You had pulled the sword out first, Steel. You routed in the grave at the start and got the sword within 2 minutes. Merks went towards start, but pulled the candle really fast with that 150 large secret, I think was at Vanilla 3. And it kind of gradually did these overrolled along the way towards wrapping around Hyrule back to the grave to get his sword at around 10 minutes. So you kind of were both going back and forth on your tries and your item grabs. You routed pretty similarly. It's just Merks had the more efficient overworld with that candle, so he got to 9 faster in the end.
Silver's in 9?
They are, yes.
Yeah,
All right, well,
they were like, it took me 7 staircases to find them too. Like they were, when like It was like on the left side in the corner of the map, but I saw so many stairs before I even found them.
Yeah, I just saw 5 of the stairs and 1 of the items, so I thought about going to 4 even before digging 9, just because I was like, I could go check the item quick there.
Well,
but that's staying
they
in.
told I didn't know how many. I saw 9, right? I guess before you did, or close to when you did, and I don't know how many it was to get in 9 either. But we both had 6. I went into 4, so I didn't know how. We both had 6. That's all I know. But
I had to try
Yeah.
from 4. I just was ladder blocked from the item in there earlier.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
item has
the
100% ladder blocks.
the difference in the 9 entry was 2 minutes at the most, probably. It was really, really close. Steel, if you would have gone to Death Mountain instead of doing Candle Row, you would have been pretty simultaneous at that point. It was very, very close. I mean, pretty much the whole time we were like, is Steel's 1 extra Triforce more of an advantage than Merks' overworld exploration? That's how close it was.
yeah, I felt way behind. Like I 30, 40 minutes. Around the time I grabbed Red Ring, I looked at the room because I was like I said, I know how good Steel is. I talk to this guy every day. This is my dude, you know, and he crushes a lot of people, me particularly most times. So, I looked at the race room. I was like, all right, well, at least I'm not dead yet. And then I don't know if it's before or after that, but I know I blew through whatever was in the top by that scroll spot, and then one was that push block underneath it. Maybe 6, I want to say, and then it had a PB. I think.
Yeah, 6 had the PB, and then you go directly below it was 1 with the
and one was sitting right there. Yeah, and I was like, if he did this early, I'm dead. Like that's how I felt too, because I stayed away from. I don't know what was in 7. I don't know if you did that. I didn't go in there.
I got a try out of 7, I think.
Yeah, I didn't go in there. Even 8, I left something in there. I found one thing and left, and I found one. Yeah, I found one and I left. It was all. I was there kind of early-ish, and like it was like all whizzies and stuff. I was like, no, I'm out. I just left.
Yeah, I dicked around in 5 a lot early and dug that out. And then when I went back and bought Ring, I was like, well, I'll finish 5, and then it's just Raft, and then Raft was nothing. So it's like a lot of time spent with that.
I think that's like one of the things I've been trying to like really work on is like if I'm in a dungeon and I'm dying, like I died like at least 2 or 3 times in 4 early, and I was just like, I got to get out of here. And there was another dungeon. I don't think it was 8. It was something else I went into, and I was even that 2. I went in. I found Boomerang like right away in 2. I didn't even have a sword yet, and then I was just like, Whizzies, no, I'm good. I saw where the try was. I went back obviously and got it, but I knew I could go back and probably breeze through that later, so I just left.
I could have gone back to 2, like if I needed to try, but I didn't. So I didn't have to go back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a classic example of red ring on the coast, but a blue ring most definitely needed to be purchased for both of you guys. The money, though, I mean, just yelled by me in the seed.
Oh yeah, all the money in the world.
The only thing that scared me with the money was I had money early, like Kathy said before, and like I bought Candle. I picked up arrows relatively early, like I've been trying to do lately, and like I hit a bunch of like rupee thief guys, so I was kind of low, and then I got it back up and I bought the ring, but like then I was kind of like depleted again. And I was like, if I get book and Steel has hints, I was like, I'm dead. Like those are all I mean, you guys race, so everybody knows like what goes through your head when you're racing, but.
Yeah, it's hard to push those thoughts out of your head when you're racing.
I guess book was in 9, right? Or the other item in 8, because I don't know.
We don't know the items out of 7, 8, or the
the
second
heart
item
container was
heart.
9.
Yeah, so 7.
That's the item I found.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. That was like that was the only stair I didn't see. I don't know where that was.
That's when I forfeited.
I don't blame you.
I was like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, it was a back and forth race the whole time. It was a great watch. It was really fun to watch you guys play.
I appreciate you doing it and rolling that nightmare. I gave you a worse one last night, so.
Well, the start was tough, but once you got the wand, it was easy breezy.
Yeah, the dungeons weren't bad. I mean, still had the wand too, I guess. So I mean, we were both kind of all right. In
Had
that
the wand
sense.
about 30 minutes in. I thought
I'd say,
it was kind of slow to it. I don't know.
I'd say I was probably
It was
around the
pretty
same.
free.
Yeah, same time for me around there.
Yeah, you guys pretty much converged around the same time that the wand was happening. Steel was kind of retracing your steps, Merks, but he had that try out of 7, and then it was just trying to get caught up. But then he got that candle so late that he had to go do all those candle checks too, which kind of gave you that little buffer to get ahead.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I was checking them along the way. He had to kind of backtrack for them.
Yeah, because Steel bought the blue ring prior to Candle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 9 was my last check before I either had 2 possible bomb holes that were not guaranteed, and then otherwise I was looking for recorders. So
Yeah,
that
and
was my overworld.
the items
Yeah.
weren't really doing us any good neither. I mean, because what was it? It was boomerang.
Yeah, I didn't really find items until 8. You got the wand. That was like the
No,
only
no,
item.
but like the overworld stuff. It was what was Armos? I'm trying to.
Almost as regular boomerang.
Yeah.
Armos was regular boomerang. Red Candle was in Candle Row, ironically, and then
got that
Coast was good. I mean, I normally if I have blue ring, I won't go back, but I was like, I'm going to get it.
But you needed the power bracelet out of 6 to get the ladder to get the red ring. So I mean, stuff was well hidden in this one.
Yeah.
It was combat was tough early. It was tough to watch you guys have to tough out that with the wood sword.
Yeah, I don't know how many deaths I had, but
Yeah, I
I
don't
definitely
think I
had-
was too late to that power bracelet. I was hoping that, maybe I somehow stumbled onto that and Merks didn't. But it was kind of, if you look at that map of 6, it was kind of on the path. So
I only
in 6, like you pretty much found. Let's take the any road that took you somewhere else, or the
I just-
fair transport.
I just checked and it said I died 3 times. I felt like I died like 30 times. Like especially in that 4, I felt like I must have
I
died
had
like
6
twice
deaths,
and left.
so that might account for it. You got
I had one
half the
bad
deaths
one.
I did. That'll do it.
I think I died twice in that 4 early, and I think I died once like across the map. Like my exploration was pretty good. I wasn't dying too much on the overworld, but I think 1 was kind of like far away. If I recall.
I died
Yeah.
a couple times trying to fight some blue whizzies with a wood sword and 4 hearts. That didn't work out too well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Merks had this one with 3 blue whiz robes in a circle moat room, and
Mhm.
he almost got, and we were like, "Oh, he's gonna pull this thing off!" And just the last minute got turned, shot in the head, and
Was that the room in 5? I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Exactly, that room.
I tried to fight that room and I died there. That was one of my deaths for sure.
yeah. I died in that, and I think I
I
died.
died very quickly though.
I think I died. You know what? All 3 of my deaths. I could have swore I died on the overworld once. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
I don't think you did.
I thought I did.
yeah, I think it was more of the almost deaths that got you guys. A lot of up A's and continues and getting out of rooms. You just were ill equipped to fight, just with the lack of offense and defense. Quite the siege you guys had to play tonight.
I didn't think it was like I said. I early on it was kind of crappy, and then it just kind of like opened up. I didn't think it was like too bad, but
Yeah, once we had combat, it was pretty easy going, really.
yeah, for sure. Once we had wand, it definitely obviously. I mean, most times it opens up, but it definitely did on this one.
You guys also got the roll down Vires for the first time I think anybody's seen in
Oh,
the last
I,
like 2
I,
weeks.
I love it. Vires are my best friend when they roll down. I love them.
All right. Well, either of you guys have any last parting words for this seed before we move on to our remaining 2 matches tomorrow and then get to the wheel for week 4?
No,
My
just-
words for this seed are not safe for work, so I'll just leave it at that.
I just want to say GG to Steel again. Like I said, that's a homie, and I mean, I was literally like sweating and like crapping my pants the whole race because I know how good he is. So.
Yeah, GG's, man. Thanks for doing comms and everything, guys.
Yeah, thanks for comms also, you guys, and who's tracking? Special K, I think.
Yep, absolutely, guys. Not a problem. So just on that note, we do have 2 matches tomorrow. Noon Eastern, we're going to see CD Improv and Delicious Algae, aka Pleco, battle it out. Followed by 2 hours later with Why Must You Hate Me and Bo Bino. So once we get those 2 matches wrapped up, we will also have the wheel. Stay tuned to the Discord to get that information. So once again, Special K, thanks for doing the tracking on this. Completely awesome. Kathy, a pleasure as always to hang out and talk some Zelda 1 randomizer with you. And I'm going to go ahead and let you have the last word to take us home.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you tomorrow for our 2 last races of the week. Y'all have a good night.
Meow.